up on today's Healthy Living, forget chips and dip. We have step-by-step instructions on how to make a healthier snack option. Plus, a dangerous odorless gas may be lurking in your home. The simple solution to find out if your family is at risk. We'll have those stories and more, plus how you can conserve water on this edition of Healthy Living. Welcome to Healthy Living. I'm Priscilla Ortega. One of Fulton's strategic goals is to make sure all people are healthy. So on this show, Healthy Living, I will show you how the county is helping residents to stay healthy. Today's show covers a variety of topics, including how to make nutritious meals and snacks. We will demonstrate how to perform CPR properly, learn about the dangers of radon, and talk about pool safety and Zika prevention. But first, we begin by showing you how to conserve our drinking water here in Fulton County. According to the Environmental Protection Division, currently Lake Lanier is at historic lows because we are still in a very serious drought. The lake is lower than in 2006, which was the start of the last multi-year drought. Now, with Lake Lanier being a major source of our drinking water, it's important that all of the Atlanta metro area does their part to conserve that water. Fulton's Cooperative Extension Emily Cabrera explains how much water we have here on Earth and how that compares to our drinking water supply. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Emily Cabrera. I am one of the Agriculture and Natural Resources Extension agents in Fulton County. I'm here at the Chattahoochee Nature Center today to talk to you about the proportions of water on Earth. And when we think about fresh water, what is our role in protecting that fresh water for the health of the world and for you and I? So when we look at this picture, we're going to imagine that this amount of water is 100% of Earth's water. That's all of the water in glaciers, all of the water in the oceans, all of the water under the Earth, the water in the atmosphere, the water that exists in you and I, in our plants, in the animals. It's 100% of the water. The amount of fresh water we would probably assume is a large amount of this 100% because we drink it every day. We use it for the food that we eat. We see it in irrigation. We take showers. We flush toilets. All of that's fresh, potable water, and we use it as if we have a lot of it. Of this 100%, there's only 3% that's actually fresh water. And you might be surprised to know that of that 3%, most of it is tied up in glaciers or in permafrost or in ways that we can't use. If I gave you a cup, or I gave you a little cup, or I gave you a dropper, where might you consider the amount of fresh water that's actually available for you and I? If I picked this up and I took out a little drop and I put it on my hand, and I said that drop right there is all of the water that is available, fresh water, for you and I to drink or use in our lawns, use in our showers, use in our dishwashers. That's all the amount that's available for us. That's in rivers, that's in reservoirs. There's a lot of fresh water, but it's just not simply available for us. So when we think about how we're using water, are we wasting it? Do we have old appliances that aren't being efficient? Do we have time and resources available to switch those appliances out so that we are healthier personally and that we can also improve the health of our environment and the world? If you have any other questions, please call 404-613-7670. Back to you.
Thanks, Emily. Well, coming up next, from pool safety to Zika and West Nile prevention, I'll show you how the county is protecting you this season. Stay with us. Welcome back to Healthy Living. Now, every year, the Environmental Health Division ensures residents are safe when they go to a public pool. The county also works to prevent Zika and the West Nile virus. The Deputy Director of Environmental Health, Ellis Jones, tells us how.
Hi, this is Eli Jones, Deputy Director of Fulton County Environmental Health. I wanted to briefly discuss with you today pool safety when you're at the Fulton County public pools this coming spring and summer. When you're at the pools, be sure to pay attention to your surroundings. Make sure that there is safety equipment there. One thing to look for is the 911 box. Be sure to look for it, locate it. Make sure, hopefully you never have to use it, but identify it. Other safety equipment that every pool should have, you need a shepherd's hook. It's usually a 16-foot pole with a long hook on the end of it. You would need it just in case somebody had to be pulled out of the water. Another thing to look for is a life preserver. The life preserver usually has a rope on it, 50 to 75 feet long, or 1.5 times the length of the pool, just in case you would need that also. Any pool that you go to should have a self-closing gate. This obviously prevents small children from going in and out of the pool that are not being watched. Also, it keeps out pets that might come in and out of the pool. So the gate should self-latch, meaning it could shut by itself. If you open the gate up 45 degrees and let go, it should be able to shut by itself. That's to pass code in Fulton County. Other items you want to look for, make sure that the pool's clean, the water's clear, you can see the bottom of the pool. If the pool's cloudy and you cannot see the bottom of the pool, I'd advise whoever management is of that, because that's a violation against the pool code. While you're out there and it's obviously hot, there's going to be mosquitoes. There's also the chance of West Nile, there's a chance of Zika. So if you're going to be out there and you're going to put yourself out, spray yourself down with DEET, wear clothing to protect yourself against biting while you're not in the water. So have a good time while you're out there, be safe, and back to you.
Thanks, Eli. And while you are at the pool this season, it's good for at least one person to know how to properly perform CPR. The Partnerships to Improve Community Health, or PITCH program, recently held a class to explain just how to do that. Lynette Allen gives us a quick demonstration.
Hi, I'm Lynette Allen, certified CPR instructor here at Fulton County. And today we're here with Ryan, and we're going to give just a few basic tips on what we instruct in our class sessions. So today, Ryan, one of the first things that we're going to talk about again is determining whether or not this individual actually needs CPR. So if we walk upon somebody, the first thing we're going to do is shout out to that person after we've assessed the scene to make sure everything is safe. We're going to, hey, are you all right? Are you all right, sir? And this person doesn't respond, so we might want to go over if we know that the scene is safe. And we're going to check starting out at the trachea, and you just kind of slide over into the groove in the side of the neck, and you check with these two fingers to see whether or not there's a pulse. There is no pulse. This person is not breathing. So the next thing that we want to do is start CPR. Also, if you have your cell phone handy, especially if you haven't been trained, you want to call 911 and get dispatch on the line and put your phone on speaker so that you can start doing your compressions. When you start doing your compressions, you want to align your hands. You want to make sure the heel of one hand is here at the base of the sternum, like so, kind of in the middle of the chest. And you have to make sure that you're going down deep enough. Usually on adults, you want to go about 2 inches or 5 centimeters. If it is a small child, say under the ages of 8, you only have to go about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to demonstrate for you how we do our compressions. So we start here, and normally for an adult, you're going to do 30 compressions, and then you take 2 breaths. Or if you're uncomfortable giving the breaths, you just continue doing the compressions until emergency help arrives. Okay, so we'll start here. We're very fortunate because our mannequins in this class, they have lights that light up to tell you whether or not you're going deep enough. So I'm going to do about 15, and then would you like to try?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now I'll let you take over. I'll give 2 breaths.
All right.
And now we'll switch.
All right, so right here, just below the chest right here.
Uh-huh.
Is this right here?
That's exactly right.
All right. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Very good, Ryan, very good. So this is basically, these are just a few of the steps that we normally take whenever we are conducting a class. And if you're interested or if you'd like to take one of our classes, we would love to have you. So back to you.
Thanks, Lynette. Well, an odorless gas you might not have ever heard about could be lurking in your own home. Health experts say radon has led to thousands of lung cancer deaths each year. Well, one of Fulton's cooperative extension agents explains what radon is and how you can protect your family.
Hi, I'm Kristen Sumter. I'm the Family and Consumer Sciences agent here for Fulton County Cooperative Extension. And today I want to talk to you about radon gas. So radon gas is odorless, it's colorless, and it's tasteless, but it's actually very toxic, and it is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. 21,000 people die every year from radon gas, and 800 of those are in Georgia. So it's extremely important that we are educated about this. And radon is naturally occurring, and it happens when uranium breaks down, and then that translates into radon gas. And this can actually seep into our soil, which can then go through our foundation in our home, and we can have high levels of radon in our homes, in schools, in work buildings, and anywhere that you have an enclosed space. So the only way to know if you have high levels of radon is to have your home tested. And that is where a radon test kit comes in. You can purchase these from multiple locations, whether it's your local hardware store or from the University of Georgia at ugaradon.org. But once you have your test kit, it could look something similar like this. And you're going to make sure that when you open it, on the back you are going to list all of your contact information. And then before you actually hang your radon test kit, you want to make sure that you list the time and the date that you have actually started the process. Once you do that, you'll open it up and you'll squeeze the edges so that this cardboard piece of paper folds down into a half moon shape. And you're going to have this little piece of cardboard sticking out. And now it's going to stay three-dimensional. And from there, you will then hang it with this hook in a bedroom or a bathroom or even your basement. Anywhere that does not have open windows and that there's no draft, no AC blowing or heat blowing. You want to make sure that it stays a constant temperature. And from there, you will let it sit for 3 to 7 days. And when that is done, you will then unhook it from wherever it's hanging. You will take out the cardboard piece of paper just like this. You can toss that. And then you will actually seal the radon test kit with this little tape right here. And it already has the postage on there and the return address, so you just stick it in the mail. And from there, your results will be emailed to you within about a week. And so that's as simple as it is. If you come back and your results actually are high and you do have a high level of radon, that's where you can contact us at the Extension office, or you can visit ugaradon.org for more information on what to do. But if you have any questions, you can contact Fulton County Cooperative Extension at 404-613-7670.
Thanks, Kristen. Well, Cooperative Extension hosts a number of programs and activities for people of all ages with topics ranging from gardening, financial management, food safety and nutrition, and green cleaning. For more information about the various programs, you can call Cooperative Extension's main line at 404-332-2400. Coming up next, forget those salty chips and dip. We'll show you how to make a healthier snack option that will please the crowd. Stay with us. Welcome back to Healthy Living. Well, health experts say a healthy diet consists of lots of vegetables and also make sure you reduce your sodium intake. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, about 90% of Americans eat more sodium than is recommended. A high sodium diet increases blood pressure, which can lead to heart disease. Now, if Americans reduce the amount of sodium they eat by 1,200 milligrams per day, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says that would save up to $20 billion a year in medical costs. Now, members of the Healthy Heart Coalition and the Atlanta Community Food Bank have a low sodium recipe that will replace those salty chips and dip. Take a look.
Welcome to the Healthy Heart Second Decade Cooking Show. Today we're excited to be making this wonderful onion dip with you, and it calls for very little salt. So this is just wonderful for our Healthy Heart Coalition and all members and people in the community who want to eat healthy and want to snack and yet make sure that they're not taking in too much sodium. And we're here with Joy today, and we're excited about that.
Thank you. Yes, we're here at the Atlanta Community Food Bank Learning Kitchen, and I'm very excited about this dip.
Joy's going to teach us how to cut this onion, and I'm excited because I always cry or always shy back from making recipes that have onions. So she's going to teach us how to do that.
So I learned a really easy trick to cut onions, and basically you have to know a little bit about the anatomy of the onion. So you have to know that this is the stem end and this is the root end. And what you're going to do is make a cut right through the middle of your root end, just like this.
Wow, cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So right through the middle, and the root, you still have the root end intact. And it's really hard to cut anything that rolls around. So now we're going to put our flat surface down, and we can cut off this section right here, which is the stem end. And now what I'm going to do is follow the lines that Mother Nature put in the onion, and I'm just going to make little slices.
Nice.
Like this, all around the outside of the onion. And what I want to do is make sure that I'm not slicing the root end all the way through. I just want to put the tip of the knife almost to the root end before I make my slices.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So now that I do that, I can just make my little claw right here, and then I'm going to make slices like this.
It ends up pretty chopped up already.
Yeah.
That's really
So
cool.
it's nice and diced for us, and I think this onion is a little bit slippery,
Okay.
but we will make it work. We have a nice
Wow. Great
onion
job,
dice.
Joy.
Thank
Cool.
you. Thank you, thank you. And if we want to make it a little bit smaller, like for this dip,
Right.
all I'm going to do is continue to mince up this onion. Just go like this.
Oh.
And mince it up until the onion is ready to go. And I think in a dip like this, nobody is going to want a big chunk of raw onion.
Right.
Nobody wants to bite into that. So we're going to just chop this up really, really fine.
Nice.
And another good thing about the sweet onions is
Yes.
that they don't make you cry so
That's
much,
good.
which is really nice.
And
So
this dip does suggest that you use a sweet onion dip with it. So this is really
yeah,
nice.
so you can use Vidalia onions or any kind of sweet onion.
Right. I didn't realize there were so many different kinds of sweet onions until we were looking at this recipe. It's really nice.
Yeah, and that is it.
We'll start now with our dip. And so we're going to start with these onions.
So those onions that I minced up before.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool.
Really, really, really finely.
That's great. And next we'll be adding our spring onions. And these always smell so good.
and add a really pretty green
Yes,
color as
they
well.
do. They do. Very much so. I think this is just a great recipe. You could put it in a Ziploc or something and take it with you if you're going to a sporting event, or you could put it in a fancy dish and take it with you if you were headed over to someone's house and you had to bring a dish. You could say, I made my own dip.
So what was that? Was fat-free sour cream that
Yes,
you put in there?
fat-free sour
Okay.
cream. So we're going to mix that up together. And I know my family, they always enjoy chips and dip for a movie, or if we're just hanging out with family sometimes, or a holiday, so that ends up being great.
Absolutely.
So we're adding now
It's a little bit of plain yogurt, right?
plain yogurt, yes. So this already has a really nice smell and color to it as well.
That is beautiful.
And then we add a little bit of light mayonnaise. Not so much.
Right, and I know there's a lot of people out there who
Right.
just can't stand mayonnaise in any way, shape, or form. So if that was the case, you could probably just add some more yogurt or
Okay.
light sour cream. I think would
Nice
give it about the
alternative.
same
Yes.
consistency.
Okay.
General hot sauce.
Okay, General hot sauce, great. And I guess you could add, there are different types of heat from the pepper, so you could just do any hot sauce that's your favorite.
That's true. I know people feel very strongly about
Yes,
hot
they
sauce
do.
sometimes.
They do.
I think this is one of those things, if you want it spicier, you add a
Yes.
little bit more. If you like things a little bit more mild, maybe you just have a really light
Exactly.
hand with a hot sauce.
Cool. And now we have a seasoning going in here that's more of an onion base, or
Yeah, this is our Mrs. Dash onion and herb seasoning, and it's
Okay.
just a blend of different herbs and spices going in there, but no salt at all.
no salt at all. That's great. And you know, it has an amazing smell.
A little bit of garlic.
A little bit of garlic. Garlic makes things smell and taste really good too. And then,
And just a tiny bit of salt that we measured out beforehand,
okay.
just to give it a little bit of flavor.
Now, as a mom, sometimes if you put chips out, your kids will eat chips. But if you put veggies out and they're excited about tasting it, they'll go ahead and eat and try the veggies. So we have veggies today, vegetables for our audience and for us to try and taste and see what we think about this amazing dip that's provided to us from the American Heart Association, because it's a wonderful alternative.
Yeah, I can't wait to try this.
Me too, I'm excited. Let's see what we think, Joy. Is it good?
Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah. We also want to encourage everybody to send in their recipes with the Black Iron Skillet. You can send your information to 404-272-4286, or you can email it to cornelki8@gmail.com. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Joy, for helping us out with our dip today.
Thanks, ladies, for another great demonstration, and thank you for watching. And remember, you can connect with us right here on FGTV, online on Facebook, Twitter, or watch us anytime on YouTube. I'm Priscilla Ortega, and we'll see you next time.